Halulu! Welcome to Tea and Tiny Joys, a little corner of the songbird's nest where we hang out and share first impressions and thoughts on hobbies like Gunplas, TCGs, anime, manga, and more. Think of it as a cozy chat over tea, or whatever drink you like, about our fun hobbies. For now, I'll be focusing on kits that I've already built and will eventually expand on other things to yap about later on. So for today's chit chat, we'll be looking into SD New and Sazabi. So let me serve your favorite drink and let's check them out. Just a disclaimer, this is not going to be super technical, I think. These are just my thoughts, at least on these kits, based on my experience. I will do my best to recall that experience because I built these kits for like, I don't know, 2 years ago, I think, or more. So yeah, I will do my best, okay? Ah yes, coming from the small chibi line of Gunpla kits, or rather known as Super Deformed, I got a very well-known pair with me, the SDEX New Gundam and Sazabi. Not to be confused with their very detailed cousin, MGSD. I'm looking at you, Ariel. One of these days, I'll definitely get you. Anyways, these kits were released way back around 2020, but I managed to get them around in 2022 as my first SDs and my second foray at building Gunpla kits. Now, New and Sazabi contain 6 and 5 runners respectively, with lots, and I mean lots, of stickers. My god. You'll understand why soon. My first impressions were on the box art. Well, I found them very cute. And then, upon opening the box, the runners were, well, just like any runners, I guess, except smaller and fewer, which was good for a beginner. Meanwhile, the stickers, from my first HG kit just prior to these, I knew I wasn't really gonna be fond of stickers. Anyways, during the build, I really had no trouble cutting the pieces from the runners. It was fun sanding off the excess plastic and hearing the pieces click together and seeing the kit slowly forming into what I'd seen on the box. It was nothing but joy. It was a fun build, but I actually took longer than I expected trying to perfect and put the stickers on for the details on the kit. And unfortunately, it didn't look as good as I've expected from prior experience on my first kit. I really had a hard time trying to fold them in and shape them to the pieces where they should be. Case an example, the headpiece on the V fin on New Gundam, and just the sheer amount of the stickers and where you'd put them, especially in New Gundam. Although there were a lot of stickers, sticking them onto New Gundam was actually easier compared to what I experienced with Sazabi. I actually had a more difficult time putting on the stickers on the pipe, true belt? I don't know what to call it. For Sazabi, I guess that part wasn't fun, but the rest was. Definitely, 100%. Once it was fully built, it wasn't that bad actually. The silhouette looks nice. It was what I would expect for a super deformed version, where it lacks details on color separation. Well, it lacks details in general, period, except for the stickers, but it still looks like what New and Sazabi would look like. Though for colors, I feel like Sazabi was a bit too bright red for me, but I think that's more of a preference that can be recolored for later. Also, the articulation is okay given that I didn't really expect that much movement in the first place because of the limited joints and length of the limbs. But I think some of the armor pieces like the one on the shoulders just prevent them from maximizing movement, much like in some other kits. The neck for Sazabi was kinda weird for some reason. I don't know if it was just me on how I built it, but it was still fun to pose them around at the end of the day. And years later, now 2025, I tried moving them around again, and they're still like how I left them built. Parts are not falling apart, the joints are intact, not loose, and the stickers are still mostly sticking. Mostly. Overall, if you're looking for your first try on an SD and you don't mind the stickers, I think this is fine. But if you're like me and dislike the stickers, you should probably stay away from them. Would I recommend this for a beginner? With the stickers, no. I think as a beginner, you're better off with an entry grade instead, so you can just focus on building, and your time will mostly be spent just for building, with only a few stickers here and there. But if you're a collector completionist, for example, you're trying to collect every Sazabi version, or maybe collecting all Charmek, it's not that bad. It was still a fun build, and when I think about it, actually, that was my first experience with the Sazabi. Learning its shape and form, which is one small step closer to getting to building the bigger Sazabis in the future. Except for the stickers. Just the stickers. Get me away from them. And that's today's Tea and Tiny Joys. Thanks for stopping by. Let's grab another cup soon and see what other hobbies await. Keep your tea warm and your heart a little lighter. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Anyways, as always, stay amazing!